really, really nice guy. I'm sure Justin is also an equally nice guy. We got a lot of great people in our Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG community. It's all about being positive, always about trying to find a way. It's like, as we said, both these players do have one loss, so they're really not looking to pick up a second one. Even though you will still be able to make it to day 2 with those 2 losses, you feel a lot more confident in making the top 32 if you can make it through day 1 with only 1 loss, because then you really only need to win 1 of those 2 rounds to really feel pretty good about your chances of making top 32.
Exactly, right? I mean, you just want to have the maximum wins possible, always. Just make yourself feel more secure.
Yeah, losing's never fun, but it's game number 1 here at round number 7. We're going to find out who's going to win, who's going to lose. It's time to duel again. All right, here comes the all-important die roll. 10. Solid number.
I just noticed, I believe Justin is one of our bounties.
Oh, is this one of our bounties? He does have that lanyard around his neck, so there could be a lot of packs on the line here for Julian.
Assuming he didn't lose the last round.
Assuming last one was not the one where his
the bounty was collected.
Got dethroned. Yep. All right. Looks like the players are going to draw their opening hands. I think Justin won the die roll here, so he'll be probably going first.
Super important, as we've mentioned before.
It's time to see. We're going to see how these strategies interact. He has both of them online.
There's Treasures of the Kings. Julian's a little confused. He's like, oh, well, this is not the deck I wanted to go second against.
I don't think he knows what he's playing against quite just yet.
Oh, he's in for a surprise, I think.
I mean, he's probably already thinking there's something awry here, something amiss, because
it's 50 cards.
There's 50 cards. You can tell right away that the deck's a little bit bigger than it's been.
Oh, he's going straight for the trap.
There's not a lot of strategies right now that are looking to push too far past 40, maybe 44, 45, but when you get into the 50s, that's when things might be getting a little crazier. So he's going to have 2 set spell or trap cards, so the Treasure of the Kings will allow him to add
the circuit.
Yep, Mystical Beast Merciless Circuit, if he so chooses. Yep. He's going to go with Man of the Mark instead because he doesn't have it just yet. It can be any card that mentions Temple of the Kings. But as I said, like, all the cards kind of find your way to getting access to all of them at a time. It's just about going through each one of the motions. So he's going to use his normal summon on the Man with the Mark.
All right, the Mark is on target. Does Julian have a response? If Mark resolves... Okay, there is a copy of Infinite Permanence.
Trying to cut him off from having access to Temple of the Kings, so he won't be able to activate those trap cards right away this turn they're set.
All right,
now,
but here's
the bridge. We were talking about this off camera.
He is a spellcaster.
He's a level 4.
Look at Julian. He's so confused.
A level 4 or lower spellcaster, the Man with the Mark, and it's going to be linked away for the Link 1, Spirit with the Eyes of Blue. And here's the bridge, and now he's going to get Mausoleum of White.
Let's see how many normal summons he has in his hand if you constantly have access to 2 of them.
Now, he will have to give up the Treasure of the Kings, which does have some staying power, but that's okay.
Normal summon stage.
So now the Mausoleum Light gives him the extra normal summon for the level 1 Light. And that is going to be... Is that a new Ultimate Rare Sage with Eyes of Blue, I believe?
Oh, yeah.
It looks so good. The Ultimate Rare pops so much, it's almost even hard to tell what the card is from here. But
this has to be the Wombo combo we were looking for.
When I saw his hand, I was like, if anything's going to show why these 2 decks work together, it's going to be the hand that Justin drew here. He's a Tombkeeper. He's a wielder of dragons.
Yeah,
Man of many hats.
Can we just call him Mark?
The man known as Mark.
Yes.
But no, it's Justin. And Maiden of White's going to be out of the hand with Sage of Eyes of Blue. He'll be able to discard that Maiden of White to place True Light from his deck face up on the field. And then True Light gives him a couple of options. He can set a card that mentions Blue Eyes from his deck, or he can special summon a Blue Eyes. But a lot of times you're usually trying to go for Wishes of Eyes of Blue. Oh, but now he's going to activate Roar. Roar lets him special summon a Blue Eyes.
From basically anywhere.
Yep. From the deck. That was where it will be coming from now.
Not my personal favorite art of Blue Eyes, but I respect it.
I'm a tablet fan. At least it's a quarter-century secret rare, I believe.
I can only special summon dragon monsters.
Okay, so now you are locked in the dragons. No more of your Tombkeepers from here.
The Man with the Mark baited out the Infinite Impermanence, and then he was able to go into the Link 1 and then continue his plays.
Do you think that's what they were keeping in the tomb, the tablet for the Blue Eyes?
I'm sorry. Yeah, you happened to say it the second I looked down to read something. But yes, that was a good one. I saw. I left you hanging on that one. But yes, that is what's on the tablet.
I wouldn't let you down like that personally.
I'm so sorry. It registered with what you said as I was processing it. And I was like, oh man.
It's okay. I'm not offended. It's all good. Whatever.
But the Blue Eyes plays will continue. Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon's going to come down. And then he's going to use the Spirit with Eyes of Blue to special summon back a Blue Eyes monster. Maiden of White, since Blue Eyes will special summon to the field, will special summon herself back to the field. So even with the Man of the Market doing the Tombkeeper stuff, here we are with access to double Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, which is what a regular Blue Eyes deck kind of looks for sometimes.
And you still have the Apophis of the Serpent set.
Yeah, and that's a whole other negate that's available to you during your opponent's turn.
And we talked about how, we talked about both these decks individually, right? Blue Eyes and the Tombkeeper strategy having really strong follow-up, but when you have both of them at the same time?
I mean, he's showing, the thing that has changed since YCS Orlando was the structure deck, Blue Eyes White Destiny, and Maze of the Master, and both those sets pretty much created exactly what Justin is playing here this weekend. But he got all of this and hadn't even had to use Wishes just yet. So now he's going to use Wishes. The best part is you can get any level 1 light. That's Effect Veiler. So he's getting 2 disruptions with his Wishes of Eyes of Blue.
Pretty good wish.
That's a great wish.
When you wish for more wishes?
Yep, just keep on wishing. All right, and now he's going. Oh, he might be looking at going into seals because you could link away into a Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Then you have 2 dragons, so you can get Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres alongside the Spirit.
Looks like you were right on that. That looks like what he's going to be doing.
Yeah, this is probably a little stronger than 2 Blue Eyes Spheres, especially if you're not playing stuff like Crimson Dragon. There's really nothing you can really get as useful from 2 copies of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, unless you're looking to get the double level 12.
During the draw phase.
All right.
This makes sense. You want to do a Puff of the Serpent to make sure the Snake Deity is live for whatever spell and trap that Julian might want to lead with. Justin doesn't have any information on what Julian's playing just yet, so he wants to make sure he hedges his bets here. Has as many of his disruptions online.
I mean, this is the showcase I was looking for. I wanted to see what this deck was capable of, and I believe Justin showed us.
Yeah, we saw this deck in the early rounds before, and we weren't sure what exactly. We were all trying to theorize how those two come together, and this is exactly, I guess, what we expected it to do.
Yeah, we at least got to the mark part. Going into the Blue Eye Spirit Link, which is pretty crazy, but Julian is going to start things off here with X Ryzeal, which is a great way to start the turn. It's going to allow him to send Marological Aggregator to the graveyard to force out
something,
even if it is just the Blue Eye Spirit Dragon negating the effect in the graveyard. Oh, but he's going to chain block it, so Aggregator's going to be Chain Link 1, X is going to be Chain Links 2.
Targeted seal.
And he's going to target Seal with the Aggregator to try and negate. Now, he did add an Effect Veiler to his hand with that Wishes. Julian knows it's there.
I can't imagine he's going to use the Effect Veiler just yet. He's going to probably save it for something along the lines of Duo Drive or something a little bit more relevant.
Duo Drive is the one you want to stop if you are struggling against.
Oh, but it looks like he's chaining the Swamp Deity here. That's really interesting.
Resolve negates and resolve the bounce.
Okay, Swamp Deity already out of the way. That one is a lot more flexible than Effect Veiler. I'm surprised you opted to use that one first.
Yeah, seeing how he can go after spells also, yeah.
But we are able to resolve Seals here. Seals will be met with Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring from the hand.
Ash.
Looks like there might be a potential response here.
We didn't see him equip a Neo's Blue Eyes Ultimate or anything from his extra deck on the previous turn, so he doesn't have the targeting protection. Now he's going to use the effect of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon to tribute it off to special summon Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon.
All right, setting up another negate here. Yep. Lots of disruption from Justin, but only one X-Prize has been used from Julian so far to have forced out this much.
Yeah, Julian can still navigate his way. I do know he has a couple copies of Effect Veiler he's going to also have to deal with during this turn, but we're going to have to see if that will be enough. Bonfire coming down next for Julian, and he's going to negate that with the Blue Eyes Ultimate.
All right, so it's Effect Veiler and the Majesty of the White Dragons to deal with. There's going to be a normal summon of Ice Ryzeal.
I forgot who the other card is, the Majesty, and he's going to Effect Veiler the Ice.
And then Chain Cross out.
Is he just going to chain the other one? Does he have another one? It looked like one. Oh, no, it's not. It's Swallows.
Yeah, I think it's We're getting through all. There's only one interruption left, and Ice Ryzeal might be resolving here.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is what I love about Yu-Gi-Oh! No matter how bad things look, you can still find a way. I mean, it's still not guaranteed that Julian's going to find a way to get out of this one just yet.
But he's in a much better position than he could have been.
Yeah, Justin maybe used his interruptions just a little too
I think he was a little
early.
too confident with how many interruptions he had. He used them a little aggressively.
Yeah. Like maybe let the Xers off, let him get another monster on the field.
Because realistically, how much of a threat was X going to be? Yeah.
Yeah. Could be the case. Oh, yeah, we're pulling up that crossout designator. Fantastic card there.
You know, Julian, not sure if he was going to be able to find any value for that card in a matchup like this, but Effect Veiler's pretty universal.
It's a good one. And now Majesty is going to be activated. He has 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons, right? So he'll be able to destroy 2 cards. Yep, going to take both of them out right away.
All right, can we extend past this point? We've already used X from the hand. We've normal summoned Ice. We can go ahead and try to... Nope.
He got to force out all the interruptions, but it wasn't enough. Now he's going to use in the interface. He's going to use True Light to special summon back the Blue Eyes White Dragon. The Maiden will come back.
He's summoning like 70 monsters.
Yeah, the Blue Eyes Ultimate will destroy itself, but then let him summon a Light Dragon Synchro from his graveyard or his extra deck. It's going to be enough dragons on the field for Julian to go ahead and concede. He did his best to break through the board, but all those extra interruptions, the Wishes, which is normally like your combo starter for Blue Eyes, being able to use at the end of the combo there to just add 2 interruptions to your hand, that's like that versatility of Blue Eyes that is really flexible that I really like about the deck. And I mean, we saw, like, we talked about the Tombkeeper strategy earlier, like how sometimes you just imperm the man with the mark and you're good to go. But not if they turn that into a Link 1.
A Link 1 that says you get another normal summon. That's pretty strong.
I honestly, truly, as someone who pays attention to a lot of the meta trends, what's going on in the game, how the regional stuff is playing out like every week, I have not seen this Blue Eyes Tombkeeper deck yet. This is the first time.
This is brand new,
yeah,
for sure.
This is the first time I've ever seen it, and it's cool.
It's not doing too bad. X1 here, like we have 5-1 going into this round, already 1 game up.
You see Julian laughing. I'm sure they're talking to each other. He may be laughing and be like, I just didn't expect this. I never encountered a deck like this.
I mean, he got pretty close. He got through every interruption, but then there's just nothing else. I mean, we mentioned that it might have been a bit aggressive how Justin uses interruptions, but it was good enough.
Yeah, when you have plenty, just let them rip sometimes, and it's not a bad deal.
You put it on your opponent to have the ability to extend.
Definitely. He had some answers, some cards, but he didn't have like those key cards that would have really punished the way that Justin navigated by using like the Apophis early and then using the Blue Eyes Ultimate to get a monster effect. If Julian had been holding on to something like Triple Tactics Thrust, Triple Tactics Talent, there would have been an opportunity, a window for him to get back into that game. But unfortunately for Julian and fortunately for Justin, those cards just weren't in his hand. Plenty of monsters, but no power spells to really break into that board.
All right, well then, I mean, I feel like this is a question I always ask when you look at a deck list like this that can do so much going first. What's it going to do going second?
I mean, honestly, I'm in for surprises. There has to be something. Like, who knows what it's going to be able to do going second? Some interactions from the hand potentially, just by variation. I mean, we know Effect Veilers are in the deck. It's not only interaction; it's the way you can get your combo started. It's an interaction you can search from your deck with Wishes. It's crazy.
I just wonder how much of like your consistency was also sacrificed. When you're playing a 50-card list, right, you are going to draw your best cards less often, but that also means your non-engine is, really tight for how much you can even fit, but you'll just draw them less going into a matchup like this, where it's pretty important to have these ways to stop your opponent.
Definitely is.
I mean, it's worked out this far, so I'm sure he has a plan.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, maybe it's just being able to like play. Like, just the cards you'd side in against Blue Eyes aren't like the same cards you side in against the Tombkeeper strategy. So just kind of capitalizes on that too, potentially.
I mean, I think there's one card that does capitalize on both. That's Droll and Lockbird.
Hey, Droll has been fantastic this weekend. If you came into this tournament and don't have Droll and Lockbird somewhere in your main deck or side deck, you might be doing something wrong.
Might have been only testing against Malice, but
which even the newest version of Malice that people are like playing a lot of, like the Fiendsmith Malice deck, not too bad against that version.
Anything Fiendsmith, you're like, your Droll Lockbird's going to do something.
Yeah, so it's definitely an option people should have been looking at this weekend. I mean, it's been a popular card nonstop for quite some time now, but it goes in and out of favoritism amongst the players. But it looks like we are all side decked and shuffled up. And mere moments away from game number 2 of round 7 of YCS Houston. Can't believe it's round 7. I want this term to slow down. I want to keep enjoying all these awesome matches, but the pace of play will not slow down. It will not stop. The excitement continues.
I know what happens when the pace of play slows down with you, Billy.
You got me. I'm lying. I want them to play quick. You got me. All right, now Julian's going to be starting things off with X Ryzeal. He's going to send Duo Drive to the graveyard. Now he's going to be able to add a Ryzeal monster with the opposite attribute, basically.
Basically.
The light ones add fire. The fire ones add lights.
Yeah.
It's a good way to keep track of it.
They check for type, but, you know.
But the attributes happen to also match up with the types.
We're waiting for the one. That just throws it in the middle.
Sword Ryzeal is coming down next.
Sword's going to be able to add a copy of Ice.
The trio is here.
I feel like they're a Fantastic Four. You know, like the node is available.
Node. We'll count Node. We'll count Node, sure.
It's not just a trio. Don't count them out just
You're
yet.
right. That was wrong of me. So Duo Drive is going to attach the Duo Drive he sent with the X on summon. And now he's going to be able to detach 2. Is there an interruption here? This is where you'd want to use it.
I mean, yeah, this is the checkpoint, right? If Duo Drive is able to resolve, then everything is usually free to go because Ryzeal Cross really insulates you from anything else that can happen for the remainder of the turn.
Cross and Node. The quartet.
Quartet.
All right, Ryzeal Cross is going to be activated next to start trying to protect himself from monster effect as he proceeds through his turn. Also be able to replenish some resources and let him draw some cards. Normal summon of Ice Ryzeal is coming down. He's special to X, special sword. And now Ice, similar to Tour Guide from the Underworld, will be able to special summon a level 4 from the deck, and it's going to be another copy of Sword Ryzeal.
Yeah, usually just kind of a filler spot with the one you summon here. The one you want in your deck the least. Although they're all pretty strong to draw off the top of the deck, but I think you want to leave extra copies of X.
Makes sense, makes sense. All right, and he's going to go into Detonator here. On summon, Detonator will be able to attach a monster as a material from the graveyard. Going to attach that Duo Drive, so now we have 3 materials underneath Detonator.
I mean, this is just your very standard combo so far. You're able to get this far. You have to wonder, what is it that you would expect from your opponent? Maybe they're on breakers. Maybe they're trying to get value out of some powerful spell cards. So maybe we'll see Julian go for something along the lines of Starliege from this point on, just to try to protect your other bodies from being targeted, give you some protection from Metaltronus, Ultimate Slayer. The only issue is that you've already resolved Duo Drive, so normally if you're going to go for that route, you want to lead with the Starliege so that you can detach the materials from that, and then the Duo Drive will have more materials to bump him up above 2,000 himself, so that he will also be untargetable, because his effect only applies to monsters with 2,000 or higher.
Ah, interesting. Good to know. Good to know. But what we see happening is the Node sent the cross-out Designator, especially when back another level 4.
Can be targeted.
Yeah, monsters with 2,000 or higher attack cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects.
That's a cool one.
He looks like he will be doing that. So the Starliege with 1 material under Duo Drive will be at 1900 attack, so it will itself will be vulnerable, but the Detonator as well as the Duo Drive are not.
Standby.
Looks like we're not drawing any cards either off the cross. There's not enough Ryzeal cards in the graveyard. They're all still attached to his monsters.
I see a side card in his hand, I think. It's the one of the most interesting that jumped out to us, but maybe not. Maybe it's a different one. But he's going to start with Anubis, the Last Judge, to discard it to add the man with the mark from his deck to his hand. Let's see if this forces out Ryzeal Cross here from
I think
Julian.
He's doing the cross check right now, right? He's just trying to see what he can get to resolve before he tries to tackle anything else on the board. You might as well do this while your board is clear, right? Detonator doesn't have the ability to go after anything just yet.
True.
Salesman.
So this is it, Salesman. I think he's calling Detonator.
He called Detonator. Yeah, like I would also pick that up and read it too. It's been a while since I saw that card.
Very similar to Prohibition, but he names a card, and that card's pretty much off limits for the rest of the turn. Salesman.
It's also off limits for you for the rest of the duel, but I don't think that'll really matter for Ryzeal Detonator in your Blue Eyes Tombkeeper strategy.
I don't think so either.
I mean, You can't really tell. With that many archetypes in.
You never know. It's all, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
4.
All right, Julian thinking about a response here to Salesman. Does he have something that can stop it? Does he have Solemn Judgment? Is that a card he plays? No? Maybe? We'll have to see what
That'd be one of the few cards that could interact with it.
Nope, it just resolves. Yep.
I think he was just contemplating his life at that point. Like, what can you do from this point on?
Yeah, his hand is good. More cards to be played here from Justin. Going to activate Treasures of the King. That's going to let him add.
Well, it's going to let him set the...
Or he gets to set the Apophis Trap.
Yeah, Apophis the Serpent.
He has to have the other card set before he can add.
And now we already have Man with the Mark. We already have the Apophis card set. So Man with the Mark can...
No, he ashed the Anubis.
Oh, he ashed the Anubis. I missed that part. Oh, my bad. Yep. Okay. But well, this is a good way to get access to it then. We just have to be able to set one card here.
Set one?
Yep, and now
we have Man with the Mark. If
so you assume, yeah. Like, I mean, there might already be a Man with the Mark in the hand that we didn't really get to see. Treasures is activated. Once there's 2 sets, you can add one of those monsters that mentioned Temple of the King. So we're going to be adding Man with the Mark. It looks like we will be potentially normal summoning the man. Yep.
Man with the Mark.
Mark is normal summoned.
2 in here.
And this is where you might want to end up using your cross.
For him to read one of my cards.
You what?
The deck monsters.
Did they play yet?
No. Okay.
It's not. Well, the card effect is
I can show him. I can show him.
Yeah, Julian's just asking to read a card, I think, before he commits to a play. He just wants to know the text of a card.
It used to be fine.
Yeah, it's a fair question. Especially when it's like such a related card. He might be attempting to read...
The Apophis Fusion, maybe?
Yeah. Just how to make it.
I ain't gonna make you look it up on Neuron. I can promise you that. They say... I remember that happening.
If I wanted to look it on Neuron, Neuron's fine. You know what? If you know the exact name of the card, I don't have to invested in that.
Can I just show him? Can I just show him?
Like,
Justin's
really
trying to give him the
he's
information.
Just trying to show him the card.
It's not a big deal, yeah. He just wants him to...
We got confiscated.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, the Blue Eyes card.
Oh, maybe he had it in the wrong card. Okay, yeah. He wanted to read the... Oh, he wanted to read the Link 1.
Okay, yeah, just to make sure what you can make it. And it is just a spellcaster monster. And then, of course, what it can get after the fact.
Good sportsmanship there from Justin.
I mean, the card already played. Like, just no knowledge in the deck, not revealing any private information at that point, right?
All right, so
yeah, I mean, I agree 100%.
Oh, looks like we're going to be using Infinite Impermanence rather than the Ryzeal Cross here. Just to make sure to not put any of those cards in that column.
Yeah, Justin definitely playing pretty cleanly here. Now he's going to link away into Spirit with Eyes of Blue. And that's going to be able to add the Mausoleum. This is, once again, we see the Man with the Mark having to force out the Infinite Impermanence. And then this is where the Blue Eye strategy starts taking flight.
Does he have an additional normal summon to capitalize with this Mausoleum, though?
I mean, he does if the next card he activates resolves. He has 2 copies of him, and it's Wishes with Eyes of Blue.
Going to be discarding Nibiru, the Primal Being. We've already seen Ash being used. There's nothing that could really stop this from happening now. I mean, we see both cards from the Tombkeeper engine take away those pivotal interruptions from Julian to make sure the Blue Eyes cards resolve.
Yeah, I mean, that might be the key to Justin's strategy here and why he is 5-1 so far.
It's not like you can ignore the Tombkeeper cards either. They do so much on their own.
He's adding Ultimate Fusion.
Oh, man, he's going for it. Like,
Fusion spell lets you use monsters from your graveyard for Blue Eyes Fusion, I believe.
Yeah, so that lets you go into, I believe, likely you're going to be trying to make Tyrant Dragon?
Could be, could be. You can also make Dragon Master Magi if he's playing it.
Oh, yeah, yes.
I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised.
You never know. 50 cards, anything can happen, but probably not here in this duel. But now he's going to replace the Treasure of the Kings with Mausoleum of Light. Going to gain his extra normal summon. It's going to be the Sage with Eyes of Blue. He still has Cross, right? He can stop this.
Yeah, I feel like he kind of has to. The other card added with the wishes was what exactly? It was the...
I didn't see.
It was the fusion. Fusion.
Oh,
right?
still, yeah, the fusion. That's right, I did see. I know it was. In my head, I was like, I don't think he added roar. So.
Like I was just like in my head checklist, I was going through all the cards, and that fusion was just not one of them.
Yeah, because like I said, this is unique. It's something like some Blue Eyes players use, but not all. But Sage is gonna add Maiden of White.
Okay, maybe he's just trying to hold the cross for the Maiden exactly, because I think that's the one card you can't allow to resolve in this point.
Technically, they could Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm just like, he's not protecting him. He's just protecting him from card effects, right?
Yeah, targeting.
Okay.
Targeting and destruction.
Yeah, no, I was just making sure. 2,000 or higher.
I mean, a big field, but if he can find a way to make like a bigger Blue Eyes Tyrant Burst and just take down the whole field.
So...
Oh yeah, there's more synergy. The Tyrant Burst can set traps from your graveyard.
Oh, but
that's crazy.
It's all there.
It's all there.
It was meant to happen by design.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Maiden of White being discarded here to activate True Light.
Okay, yeah, like Maiden was activated. He jumped the gun a little bit, picking up the deck, but it looks like Julian might choose to respond this time.
At this time, if you are still in the match, please continue to the end of the
Oh yeah, the crosshair on this Maiden could be devastating.
I think this is the one that you have to stop, right? The amount of value that it could potentially provide.
Yeah, things are still like, even though Justin's like playing his cards right now, Julian is still in the driver's seat of this game.
I mean, he's really contemplating this decision. A lot of it's just out of fear of not knowing.
I think he's just contemplating what he wants to detach.
Yeah, it looks like Julian will be detaching Duo Drive from Detonator. Mausoleum will now use its effect.
Oh yeah, still not done yet.
I mean, yeah, we had to get access to Blue Eyes somehow. We're going to be targeting the Sage with Eyes of Blue. Going to make it a little stronger by sending the Blue Eyes to the graveyard. Effect of Spirit now. Going to be reviving the Blue Eyes, which will in turn revive the Maiden.
YCS competitors who are no longer in the main event, please remember to come back tomorrow, as we'll have a full day of public events.
Like either way, you really couldn't stop that Blue Eyes from hitting the field.
Yeah, especially if you got Roar instead of the Fusion, but I'm assuming he has a plan for that Fusion spell, which is why he added it. So he's going to link away the 2 Spellcaster level 1s for...
Has he been Dragon Locked yet? When does Sage Dragon Lock? Or not Sage, when does Spirit Dragon Lock?
While it's on the field.
Okay.
Yep, so he's going to link away to Silhouette Rabbit.
Silhouette Rabbit's going to get access to any of those continuous trap cards in the deck. We're going to be going for Snake Deity here. So we'll potentially have 2 copies of that on the opponent's turn because of the effect of Apophysis Serpent.
There's only one more spot in our final public event of the day. Julie,
Now he's going to banish the wishes to equip a monster from his extra deck to the Blue Eyes.
or in person over the public event stage.
He's going to equip, I'm assuming, yeah, it's going to be the Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate. Yeah.
And there's only one more spot in our final.
Now he can synchro those away. Now while Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate's in the graveyard, it's going to protect his Blue Eyes cards from targeting. And he's going to fusion summon Tyrant Burst Dragon.
Yeah, you attack all your monsters.
I think Julian, that's what it does, but yeah, it can attack all their monsters. It also has a couple of other effects. Lets them set a trap from the graveyard. And I think there's one other effect on it. That has something to do with like attack.
Can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. Once return to the end of the damage step, discard battle. You can target one trap and then set it.
Okay, so it doesn't have the other
those are the 2 effects.
Okay, so I knew everything it did. All right, good. Now he's going to activate Ultimate Fusion, returning Blue Eyes and Spirit of Blue Eyes for
the second Tyrant Dragon.
Okay, so we have 2 Tyrant Dragons.
This could be really relevant because the Detonator, even though it's under sales ban, its continuous effect is still applicable, right? To protect his Xyz monsters from at least one battle. We're going to be going after the Star Leech first.
34.
Yeah, the Blue Eyes Tyrant Burst is big. It has 3,400 attack.
In my head, I feel like this should have piercing, but I know it doesn't.
I think it's because the other Blue Eyes, the 2-headed one, has piercing.
Twin Burst Dragon?
Yeah, Twin Burst, yeah.
And now we're going to be going into the Duo Drive here. Dual Drive is at 26, so the Tyrant Dragon will be at 33.
Yeah, 26. So 6, 4, and 3. So 7. What do you have?
Takes a nice 700
he'll
points
be
of
at
damage here.
63. I mean 73. 73? Yes, sir.
And then he's going to be able to make another attack for 400 here over the detonator.
Over the detonator for 4.
And then he's able to protect itself.
Then attack it with the other one.
69.
Yep, and then we're able to get the full clear here because of the second Tyrant Dragon.
And Tyrant. Swim.
So these Blue Eyes cards, the
really doing the work.
The Tombkeeper cleared the way so Blue Eyes could fly into the sky. This is cool. It's not every day you get to see a deck you didn't expect and do well against arguably, I mean, the deck that just won the previous YCS, Team YCS, but still.
I mean, it's
not
really showing.
the previous one, but in the past month, we've seen it happen.
I feel like every card choice in Justin's deck so far, I mean, I guess it makes sense why he's playing a 50-card list. He wanted to play all these cards, and they're all doing something pretty impactful.
He needed them all. This is so cool. I mean, and how quickly he knew and realized he needed the 2 Blue Eyes Tyrant Bursts leads me to believe, like, he's been in this position before. He's played this game before, Asala. Gotta love it. And now he has cleared a whole... Like, I have a harder time clearing a board with Malice than this deck.
I mean, big dragons have always been good at this.
I gotta pick up a Tombkeeper Blue Eyes deck. Like, that's just so crazy. This deck is awesome. Shout outs to Justin. Earned his bounty around his head, that's for sure.
And now I think we're going to be immediately activating Apophysis Serpent into that zone with the Solar Rabbit just to make sure that cross is destroyed.
Yes, because the rabbit destroys spells and traps when a monster that summoned itself, or a trap that summoned itself as a monster, destroys the spell or trap. Awesome. I love the Solar Rabbit.
And that's it.
Ultimate Slayer and Arby's Feather Duster, and Justin is going to take down hometown hero Julian with his Tombkeeper Blue Eye strategy. The Tombkeeper is a ruse. It's a ruse. Don't fall for the traps because you'll get blasted with white lightning as soon as you do.
I asked the question, what